My best friend, Lizzie Blake, was raped and ended up taking her own life, but I decided to protect the rapist's identity. Her mother once knelt before me, begging for the truth, but I shut the door in her face. Even when the villagers came to my house in anger, I let my dog chase them away without hesitation. 10 years later, when I was dying in bed, my other best friend, Ivana Sinclair, returned to the village. She had become the richest woman in the country and she came back for revenge. The first thing she did after coming back was force me onto a public memory trial stage, like the ones used for criminals facing execution. Selena, you heartless monster who covered a crime. Lizzie and I were blind to ever call you a friend. Lizzie has been dead for 10 years and you let her killer go free all this time. Today, I'll use the memory extractor I invented to show everyone who you really protected. But when the real rapist's face appeared on the big screen, her expression turned completely pale. The execution platform was built by my best friend Ivana herself. The square was packed with people, countless cameras, broadcasting my death live. I was already at death's door, yet they dragged me to the execution ground like a dead dog. Suddenly, a burly man lunged forward, clamping his hands around my throat. His eyes bloodshot, he roared, "Selena, why did you protect that rapist?" Gritting his teeth, he seemed ready to devour me alive. "You destroyed our entire family. You venomous bitch. Why haven't you died yet?" The suffocating pressure closed in, my consciousness fading amidst the torrent of curses. Below the platform, fury boiled over. Someone pounded the table frantically. That woman has no soul. She watched her best friend get raped to death and kept silent. An elderly woman wailed hoarsely. When Lizzie drowned herself in the river, her own mother begged you on her knees for answers, and you had the heart to not even open the door. A torrent of spit and curses washed over me like a tidal wave, completely submerging me. At that moment, Ivana was staring at me, her brow deeply furrowed. Across the entire world, aside from the victim's parents, no one could possibly hate me more than she did. 10 years ago, we were best friends. But when Lizzie fell in that forest, our friendship turned to ashes in an instant. All because Lizzie wrote in her suicide note, "I saw the abuser's true face." From that day on, I became the scapegoat everyone blamed. Yet the most ironic truth was, I did choose to conceal the truth. I personally shielded that monster. Ivana stepped closer, her voice carrying a bone, chilling coldness. "Selena, I am giving you one last chance to confess." She towered over me, her gaze like a knife. "If you name the killer and turn yourself in, you still have time to regret this. Otherwise, once the memory extractor activates, that excruciating agony will shatter you in an instant." My face instantly turned as pale as paper. I writhed desperately, screaming, "Eva, please stop. You absolutely must not peek into my memories." But she clamped down on my wrists, her eyes brimming with vengeful satisfaction. Scared now, too late. Today, I will see justice done for Lizzie. Tears streamed down my face as I begged, my voice trembling. "Don't push me. Once you see the truth, you'll regret it for the rest of your life." Yet she laughed bitterly, her eyes bloodshot. "Regret. The biggest regret of my life was being blind enough to call you a friend." Immediately, several burly men pinned me down onto a specially designed metal chair. Chains clanked loudly, securing my limbs. A cold, heavy helmet was forcibly pressed onto my head. Countless fine electric needles instantly pierced my scalp, like thousands of poisonous insects burrowing deep into my brain. My entire body convulsed violently, as if electrocuted, a blood-curdling scream piercing the sky. In that moment, my soul felt torn into shreds. Yet, the spectators below still weren't satisfied. Rotten eggs and spoiled vegetables rained down on my face like hail. "You treacherous snake! You dog for the murderer! Rot in hell!" Just then, the giant screen at the square center began to flicker. Memories buried for a decade gradually sharpened. Everyone held their breath involuntarily. The scene shifted